Most people get paid and watch their money disappear. By the 20th of the month, they're already wondering where it all went. But wealthy people do something different. They decide what happens to their money the moment it hits their account, not when bills come immediately. Today, I'm showing you exactly what to do every single payday to take control of your money, build wealth, and stop living month to month. Let's get right into it. The very first thing to do when you get paid is to move your money immediately. Don't let it sit in your account waiting for it to be spent. Take action and move that money. So there are 3 separate places to move your money to. The very first is your savings account. Before you even spend or pay any bills, you need to pay yourself first. You have to treat it as a non-negotiable. So you move a certain amount towards your savings or your investments, whatever it is that you have, before you do anything else with the money. So this could be a percentage of your income or a set amount. It could be 10% of everything you earn every single month, or it could be £200 every month. Whatever that looks like, move that money into a savings or an investing account first. Now, the second place your money should go is your bills account. This account is where you put money for things like your rent, your mortgage, council tax bills, basically the things that are non-negotiables. So how to do this is to first figure out how much do you spend every single month on your bills. Once you have that amount, then you move that exact amount from the amount you're paid into this account and leave it there. And you can set up direct debits for all your payments to run from this account. Now, the third account you want to move money to is your spending account, which is your wants account. This is an account you're going to use for your wants. So things like your clothing, eating out, entertainment, stuff like that. You need to have a separate account for spending. So once your savings and investments are covered, your bills are covered, whatever is left can then go into this wants account for you to spend from. So this system works because it removes the guesswork. By doing this, you're physically separating your money and thereby telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Now, the second thing is to track your expenses. You need to know where your money is going to every single month. Now, I do this on a monthly basis. You can decide how you want to do it. Some people do it weekly, some monthly, some quarterly, whatever that looks like. Just ensure you're tracking your expenses so that you can course correct. That's the most important thing with tracking. When you track your expenses, then you see subscriptions, then you see payments you're not even aware of, and you can really look into it and figure out what's happening with your money. So for example, you might be thinking you spent £50 this month on takeout, and then when you track it, you realize, oh, you actually spent £70. It's more than you expected. So tracking gives you a lot of insight into your finances and helps you improve things, cut down things, and just like measure your performance overall. So I already have a simple income and expenses tracker sheet that I created. The best and updated version is out this year. Over 2,000 people use this tracker every month to stay in control of their finances. If you would like to get this, link is in the description box below. The tracker is still available at the discount price, so you can grab it in the description box below. Now, the third step is to fund your emergency account, okay? Your emergency funds. This is your should life happen fund. This is your taking care of me fund. Your looking out for myself fund. Literally, should life happen, you need to have a buffer where you can draw money from and not feel so much financial strain or financial stress. Now, this is money that you put aside and you don't touch it. It's money that you leave and you let it just breathe and stay there. And one thing to note here is that that money should be for true emergencies and not every other unplanned expense that you made, for true emergencies. So once you get paid, you want to move a portion of your income towards your emergency fund. Now, the target for emergency fund is to have between 3 to 6 times your living expenses. So which is your essential expenses, like the expenses you need to live. You need to calculate what that comes up to and then have times 3 or times 5 times 4 times 6 of that saved up in an account. So you need to prioritize paying into your emergency fund every single month as you get paid. So that way, if your car breaks down, if a boiler stops working, if you have to remove your tooth, if you get fired, you have money somewhere that you can live off of until you find your financial footing again. And something to note here with your emergency fund is ensure it is sitting in a high interest savings account, okay? A high yield savings account. I already have a video that talks about the best high yield accounts in the UK for 2026. So it's going to be linked up here. Make sure to check that out. That way your emergency fund is earning money for you and not just sitting in a current account being idle and doing nothing for you. Now, the fourth thing to do after you get paid is to attack high interest debt. If you have debt that is earning high interest, it needs to be a part of your payday routine. It has to be something that you prioritize, because the interest rate you're probably going to be earning on your savings and every other thing might not be as high as the interest rate on this debt. So if you've got high interest debt, you need to put money aside to tackle this as much as you can. So each time you get paid, allocate a certain amount to put towards your debt. And it shouldn't just be the minimum amount to clear that debt. You can do more than the minimum, okay? Just so that you're able to clear out that debt as fast as possible. For example, some consumer debts have interest rate as high as 22%. There's no investment right now that can guarantee you 22% returns guaranteed. So you're better off clearing your high interest debt first, so that you can then release money to do other things. Now, the next thing to do after you get paid is to automate everything. Automate your investment and automate your savings, okay? You want to remove yourself from the equation such that you're not relying on your willpower to get things running. You want to set up things in a way that they run even without you thinking about it. So set up an amount for your savings or investments that leave your account immediately after you get paid, okay? If you're in the UK and you want to invest, the Stocks and Shares ISA is a good one to start with, where you can invest up to £20,000 per year. And if you're not using this ISA allowance, you're literally leaving money on the table. Now, with your savings, there are several apps that can help you automate your savings. You have apps like Plum Money app, Money Hub. You also have direct debits that you can actually set up from your account that you get paid to move into all your savings. Literally, point is you need to automate everything and remove reliance on your willpower. Now, the sixth thing to do once you get paid is to keep money aside for yourself. I call this pamper day fund. I mean, there's no point working so hard and not being able to enjoy your money. You need to set aside guilt-free spending money, which is money you can spend without feeling guilt. You could decide on a set amount that you put towards this. It could be £100 a month that you spend without feeling guilt, £200, £300. It depends on your income. Point is, keep money aside that you can spend from freely to take care of yourself. Why this works is that once you're able to put this money aside, it is then budgeted for. So when you spend out of this account, you're not going to feel bad because it's an unplanned expense. No, it is something that is budgeted for, and you actually even have a separate pot for it. Because here's what happens when you don't budget for guilt-free spending. One of two things happen. One is either you deprive yourself completely and burn out because you don't want to spend money because it's not planned, you don't have money for that, or you overspend and then wreck your budget and then end up broke. So neither of this is sustainable, and that's why it's very important that you plan money for fun, for guilt-free spending, and for taking care of yourself. And then the last step is to review and reset. Every time you get paid, you want to review how you performed in the previous month and then reset for the new month. How you do this is to ask yourself certain questions. Questions like, did my money go where I planned it? Like, did you end up spending on the things you had planned for? The second is, did I hit my savings target? Were you able to hit all the savings goals that you had set for yourself the previous month? Were you able to prioritize that? Another question to ask is, did I stay within my spending limit? If you've set a limit for how much you want to spend, were you able to stay within it? Is there anything I need to adjust for the next month? Maybe there's a subscription that needs to go, or maybe you need to spend less on buying clothes. Maybe you need to cook more this month and not order takeout as much. Basically, you review, adjust, and reset for the new month. Alright guys, so there you have it. These are the 7 things to do once you get paid. True wealth isn't built by accident. It is built by doing these 7 things consistently over time. So do this every time you get paid in 2026, and you'll be at a completely different financial situation at the end of the year. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Please like this video, subscribe so that you can see more content like this and so that more people can see this channel. And don't forget to grab my simple income and expenses tracker sheet to help you stay on top of your finances. It's still available at the discount price. The link is also in the description box below. Till next time guys, thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.